Okay, today we're going to be dealing with the Arabic alphabet. By the end of today, you are not going to be able to read Arabic fluently. You're not going to be able to speak it, but you will be able to recognize some letters and break it down. And so that's what this says up here on the board, Arabic alphabet. Yes. Now, my question is, who can tell me? It's one of the most important things to keep in mind about Arabic. It's at the bottom of the chart here. Who can tell me what it says? For some of you, you're probably looking at it going, huh? It makes no sense to me. But for others, it's popping. There's a light bulb going off in your head, and the answer is, go for it. Arabic is read from right to left. Most ancient languages go from right to left. Our language, English, is not as old and tends to go from left to right, but they go right to left. So if we look at this chart, what is the first letter on this chart? What is going to be the first letter on this chart? Nope, not Hamza. Nate? Ha? Nope, not ha. Right to left. Right to left. Nope. The English that is written underneath that is the way we would read it. What? Where's ah? I don't see ah. Huh? This? This one? That's ha. Like ha 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 ha. No. Right to left. Think about how you read a book. What? Aleph. Aleph. Repeat after me. Aleph. Ba. Ta. Ta. Jim. Ha. Ha. Dal. Val. Ra. Zai. Sin. Shin. Sad. Now some of these, since I don't speak Arabic, some of these, I don't know the real difference between them. For example, when we get down to this one, it's not going to be that much of a difference for you. Dad, dad, ta, ta, ein, lein, fa, kaf. Uh, Mustafa doesn't necessarily know Arabic. His father does. His father does. That I know. Huh? Well, what he told me is, hey, I recognize my brother's name. But he didn't know what his brother's name meant until he saw the video. So he probably understands more, but I don't know how much he can actually write in Arabic. Latif. And it means eternal in Arabic. So, kaf, lam, mim, nun, wow, ha, lal, lal aleph. No, that's lam aleph. There's a mistake here. Please make the change on your sheet. Anyway, that's what threw me off. Lam aleph. Repeat after me. Lam aleph. Lam aleph. What do you think that is? Lam aleph. Lam aleph. Lam aleph. It's a combination of an L and an A. Lam Aleph. Hamza Ya. Okay, let's try this a little faster. I'll say it and then you repeat it. You'll go through one line at a time. Ready? Aleph, Ba. I'll go through one line at a time. Here we go. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Ha. 1, 2, 3. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Ha. Dal, Tal, Ra, Zai, Sin, Shin, Sa. 1, 2, 3. Dal, Ta, Ra, Zai, Sin, Shin, Sa. Da, 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 fa, ein, kein, fa, kaf. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Da, da, fa, ein, kein, fa, kaf. Kaf, lam, mim, nun, wow, ha, lam, aleph. 1, 2, 3. Kaf, lam, mim, nun, wow, ha, lam, aleph. Hamza, ya. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, follow the bouncing ball. A little children's program. You're going to sing the alphabet song, and it follows along on your chart. I have your chart made the exact same way that they sing it. And you already sang it once, because Aleph, Ba, Ta, Ta, Zin, Ha, Ha. So, here we go. This is from, not really too fast. Go. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Ta, Jin, Ha, Ha. Dal, Dal, Ra, Zain, Sin, Shin, Sad. Da, 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 Ein, Kein, Fa, Kaf. Kaf, Lam, Mim, Nun, Wow, Ha, Lam, Aleph, Hamza, Ya. Here we go again. Aleph, Ba, Ta, San, Shin, Ha, Ha. Dal, Dal, Ra, Zai, Sin, Shin, Sad. Da, da, Fa, Ein, Kein, Fa, Kaf. Kaf, Lam, Mim, Nun, Wow, Ha, Lam, Aleph, Hamza, Ya. Here we go again. Aleph, Ba, Ta. Come on. I'm listening. At least you can get the last 2 letters right. Come on. Here we go again. This is a series from Southeast Asia, from Malaysia and Indonesia. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Ta, Jin, Ha. Aleph, Ba, Ta, Fa. Here we go. Aleph. Da, 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 ein, kein, fa, kaf. It's going to come again. Here it comes. I'm trying to listen to you. Kaf, lam, mim, nun, wow, ha, lam, aleph. Keep going. If I see people not trying, I'm going to call you out for solos. Hamza, Ya. Zain, Sin, Shin, Sad. Da, 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 Ein, Kein, Fa, Kaf. Kaf, Lam, Mim, Mum, Wow, Ha, Lam, Aleph, Hamza, Ya. Aleph. Oh, last year we went over it many times. Yeah. Now, Now, I don't expect you to be perfect with this. I'm not perfect with this. If I'm not looking at it, I will mess up from time to time. Because I never had a class in Arabic. Everything that I know about Arabic is self-taught. I have some friends that speak Arabic. But, now, main thing about Arabic to know, it goes from right to left. That's why as you followed the bouncing ball, it was starting on the right-hand side of the screen, bouncing all the way to the left. Everybody understand that part of it? That's why do we go left to right? It's actually not easier. Most ancient, for you, because that's what you're used to. For most ancient languages, it goes right to left, not left to right. Chinese doesn't go left to right. Chinese goes right to left. Because that's the way it is. Why do you constantly put your feet on the desk in front of you? It's more comfortable for them to go right to left than left to right. Because it's different. Why do they speak Arabic and not English? Because that's part of their culture. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And in the back of the book. For some, yeah, back of the book, opening it up this way. It's weird for you because it's not what you're used to. It's weird for them to read like we do. Now, so let's move on. And I want to see if you can read some of these, because another thing that happens in Arabic is that it doesn't normally use vowels. Oftentimes it will skip all the vowels in a word. Okay? So, can anybody figure out, oh, how can you tell me that that's Minnesota even though there's no I, there's no E, there's no O? Okay, you can tell by looking at the letters around it. You can tell by context. That's how Arabic works. For the most part, it doesn't use vowels. The only time it will put vowels in is if it's what they call a long vowel. Oftentimes it'll be written as a double vowel, like an AA. I know that's not right because I shouldn't have the A up there. I'm not doing it right to left here. I'm just seeing if you can identify words without vowels. That's the point of it. What is that one? Century Junior High. You can figure it out even though you don't have the vowels in there, can't you? This one's a little harder. Yes. My mom loves me. Yes. My mom loves me. Some of this is actually the way that you text. Some of this is the way that you text. No, in terms of shortening things up so that you don't use all the vowels. Sometimes. Please give me some food. Yes. In Arabic, often you do not have the vowels. You have the consonants. But you have to learn the words based on knowing that there are certain vowels that will be there. So, now, look at your list and see if we can, let's see if we can figure this one out. Let's just see if we can figure this one out. These are I wrote these as English words in Arabic letters. So, look for something that has one dot below it. Good. Right to left. Okay, ba, so that's going to be a B. Okay, then we got this letter right here. Tall. Okay, so that's going to be what? An L. And then we have this with one dot above it? No, it's not a Z. Good guess, though. This is going to look sort of like this if it was standing alone. It actually looked like that if it was standing alone. N. One dot above it. Nun. By M. This letter here at the end, Kaf or a K. What word do we have there? Blank. 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 B-L-N-K. B-L, here's your N, K. Now let's do another one here, if I can tap it right. 3 loops together, or 3 little points together, this first letter. Bump, bump, bump. Yes, there you go. What about something that looks like this? You're going to have to look at the lower charts to help you on this one, because they change their shape if they're in the middle of the word. Nope, that's not an M. Look down here. It's in the first column on the bottom part. Something that looks like this. K. Look at the symbol. What is this one? There is no O. What's the next letter? This W. It's a W or a U sometimes. And then the last letter? L. School. School. Remember, you go by sound. Sometimes, if it's a long vowel, they will use their vowel. Okay? Let's do one last one here. With 2 dots above it. A line with 2 dots above it. Ta, so we got a T. Ra, good. So we have an R. Line with 2 dots above it. T, yes. And the last letter? L. Turtle, yes, turtle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a couple things here. For example, if you look at this chart gives you what letters look like at the beginning of the word, in the middle of the word, or at the end of the word. The letters sometimes change their shape. You see how the B looks alone? It looks at the middle, or at the beginning, the middle, and the end. If you were to do kick, K looks totally different at the end than it does at the beginning or the middle. If I were to write kick, the sound kick, notice you have your K, just like you have at the beginning of the word here on your chart, and your K, just like it shows you the letter will look like at the end of the word. You see how that's different? How the letter changes in its form. Now, there are some other things I want to point out. You see in this chart where we got some asterisks, little stars? That means that it cannot connect to the next letter. You have to start the next letter fresh. You cannot link to it. That's why in the example here, for the wow. You have the wa at the beginning, a wa at the end, but you cannot have a wa in the middle. So they just put a B there to hold its place. Notice how that's the true for aleph. It's also true for the D sound, R, Z. So those you cannot connect to the next letter. And the last thing I'm going to point out, someplace over here, there we go. Sometimes when something is in the middle of the word, you ignore the very end part of that letter. You see how with the T, it normally looks almost like a smiley face. But when it's inside a word, you're going to ignore that last part of it. And normally these will be above that peak. You see how that works? Okay. Now, your task right now, and you can work with your partners on this,
Yes.
is to do part 1 right now.
What?
Go through like I went through on the board and figure out what letters you have and try to figure out what words are on here. You go by sound. Go by, and in Arabic, I know there are more letters on there than you have in the English alphabet. However, some of them are different in Arabic. For example, there are many different ha sounds. There are several different d sounds. I can't make the differences between them because I don't notice them. An Arab person, somebody that speaks Arabic would certainly notice the differences. But right now, you're going from Arabic to our lettering. So you should be able to figure out what letters they are. Right now, you're doing part 1, please. With your partner, not the groups from yesterday, your partners.